Hey everybody, I'm Skylar, the writer and director of To Hell and Bark, the story of a little girl who goes to hell to save the soul of her dead dog. And today, we're going to do a character close-up. So you're going to get the chance to learn all about the main character of To Hell and Bark, the dancer, writer, pop-punk-loving kid, Andi Frightley.
Stay down here. Then I don't have to worry about all that stuff. Up there, people die. They leave you and they never come back.
Andi is the hero of the story and is a character with some rough edges. She likes pop-punk music and wants to be a writer. And she writes poems inspired by that music that she likes. She loves to dance, she has a pretty good relationship with her parents, and her best friend in the world is her dog, Max.
I love you, Max.
But underneath these joys and love in her life, there's a deep sadness and self-doubt that's stewing inside of her. She thinks very poorly of herself, and when the family moves to the next town over, her whole world is rocked. From losing her friends, to having trouble making new ones, to the cruel and demeaning dance teacher she now has to work with, Andi can only find comfort in Max. Where To Hell and Bark really picks up is when Max dies very suddenly, and Andi has lost the last thing sort of keeping her sane. And when her parents try to introduce a new dog in her life, Andi blows up on them, and through some sort of cosmic otherworldly force, she is sent into the underworld with her new dog, where she must find a way out. Andi is a tough character. She's kind of mean and very sad. And these things don't come from nowhere, obviously, but they are difficult things to get an audience on board with, which ended up being one of the major challenges of bringing this character to life. Hopefully, as you go on this journey with her, you realize she's going to be forced to confront these issues head on when she enters the underworld, makes a questionable agreement, and then continues to dig herself deeper and deeper into this mess.
No, you've got it so wrong. We are accusing you of stealing something else. Not
You'll find a little bit of myself in all my characters, and Andi is no exception. I was always writing weird little poems about creepy and sad things, and there was an incident in middle school where I was moved out of the class where all my friends were, and although they were just in the next room over, that was a very isolating experience that really informed Andi's frustration in the move. Andi is also inspired by my sister, Mia, who was the assistant director on the production. Mia, being an older sibling, really shaped my music taste, and that's where the pop-punk soundtrack comes from. Mia is also a cynical, self-deprecating person who has this edge about her that's a major component of Andi. And my wife, Anna, was also a big inspiration. As she has navigated the difficulties of depression and anxiety, her experiences and how she grew from them were instrumental in crafting the internal struggle of Andi. Andi also eventually was partly made possible by her actress, Mia, who plays the role so perfectly. This contradictory, confident character. Mia also was the one who brought in the Green Day shirt, which was perfect, and in doing so, she really helped cement what Andi looks like in my mind. The original drawings I would do of the character were just this angry little girl in a hoodie, and Mia, like all the other actors, really helped me figure out who these characters are and what they look like in my head. Something really lovely about writing a script and putting together these shows with the intention of making this into an animated feature one day is that no matter what happens, whether I do make that animated feature or not, these kids and this cast are the first people ever to play these characters. So however To Hell and Bark lives on, Andi and Grimmy and Clarity will forever be imbued with Mia and Emma and Sadie and the whole rest of the cast and their characters. And that's not something I can do by myself. That's the magic of theater and filmmaking. That collaboration coming together to make something wholly new. It's my idea and my story and my characters, and a lot of these things I got close to where I wanted, but these actors helped me cross the finish line.
My dog died, and I didn't cope the same way Andi did, but I do like the idea of figuring out, you gotta cope somehow, and everyone does it differently, and I like seeing Andi's story of how she did it, because my dog meant a lot to me, and I know hers did too.
When I first did a test read-through of the script, and when we did the first read-through when we began rehearsals, Andi was a controversial character. Like I said, those darker elements of the character were hard to swallow for people. So I had to go back into the script and fine-tune her a little bit to get people to see she wasn't a mean cynic, she was just sad. That's actually where the writing part of her comes from. As the story progresses, she articulates some deeper feelings through her poetry, much like I did when I was a kid. Because just like Andi, I needed to make art to really express how I felt. And adding that writing element to the character not only gave her another layer and helped the audience feel for her a little bit better, but it also made the story that much more personal to me and my journey through grief.
And hopefully I made it work. You can tell me what you think of Andi and what you're most excited to see in the movie in the comments below. That's it for this character close-up. We'll see you in the next one.